cower in fear, frightened to face you in the open. These walls will not shelter them. We shall overrun their defenses, and in their streets and houses, show them what it means to be afraid.
I weep for the men who defended Cyprus, I praise the fleets who saved the Nile from invasion, and I pity the Seleucids who dared to defy the pharaoh. Such is the story of how Egypt rose up and became the world's largest superpower. Such is the beauty of this game, but that is marred by several bugs and glitches, and also design decisions. Hello, my name is Sandman, and this is my review of Rome 2 Total War. Medieval 2 and Shogun 2 were massive successes, and were two of my favorite Total War games. These games have set the bar extremely high, and we knew that Rome 2 would come out sooner or later. Unfortunately, this game just doesn't live up to those titans of PC gaming. The fact that there is no story is just the reason why I have this category. Aside from the short story-based tutorial and historical battles, you are left to make your own story in an extremely decisive time in history. You can play as 8 major factions spanning from Germania to Carthage to the remnants of Macedon. Also, if you pre-ordered, you get the Greek States Pack, which includes Sparta, Athens, and Epirus. This is strange to see because the original Rome Total War, they were already included. Regardless, you see a variety of factions present with their own advantages and disadvantages. My story of Egypt rising to power will most definitely be different from yours. This is one of the best parts of the game, but the AI ruins the challenge of getting there. Fortunately, the interface got a much-deserved upgrade. Now everything feels much cleaner. Tech trees are much easier to see and figure out which one will benefit you the most. Diplomacy also gets an upgrade. Now, the game displays the reasons why a faction may like or dislike you. I was never scratching my head when a faction was suddenly angry with me, because I could see why with a press of a button. Unfortunately, some of the buttons on the interface are absent, like the option to auto-manage your taxes for the provinces. Speaking of provinces, they are made up of many cities, which are viewed on one panel. This gets rid of tedious micromanaging of every city. A feature I didn't care too much for was how you recruited your units. They are recruited from your general. The general goes into a mustering stance, and he cannot move until the recruits arrive. This is the same for building a fleet as well. This may upset some people with the new problem you have to work around, but at times I kind of liked it. The stances are nice to see, too, because they add some more strategy to the mix. You no longer have to hide in a forest if you want to ambush someone. There's actually a percentage that shows you how successful your ambush will be. There's also a defense stance where you build a fort, and a raiding stance where you earn more things from raiding. The battles got some nice upgrades too. Battles have a much faster pace than the other games. Units seem to move much faster than in Shogun 2. But like the grand strategy portion, many buttons have been removed, like the ability to precisely turn your units with a button. In a game where positioning is crucial, that's something I just can't forgive. Also, the cheesy general speeches are cut down to 1 or 2 sentences you hear if you zoom in closely. I know eventually everyone skipped them, but they were one of my favorite features in Shogun 2. The game's greatest sin isn't the lack of general speeches or the absences of short videos of the assassins doing their thing. It is the massive amount of bugs and glitches. There are bugs on all fronts, in the campaign, the battles, and in the multiplayer. In the campaign, the AI seems to either be too timid or downright suicidal by sending one unit against a massive army. The AI leaves no real challenge for you to overcome. It seems like a waste that you have to wait upwards to 5 minutes for the AI's turn when they do jack shit. The same goes for the battle AI. They will happily send their whole army to where they will surely be surrounded and killed. The only thing I have to worry about is the morale of my front line and if my missile troops have any ammo left. The gameplay feels monotonous and repetitive when the AI is too stupid to know how to fight on their own. Thankfully, however, CA has fully been focused at this point on fixing the game so that it will soon be what they intended. The game does look beautiful. Now that there's a patch for the graphical bugs, I am happier to report no creepy faces anywhere. The units are well detailed and the maps look lifelike. Low-res textures are also few and far between. Fortunately, this part is up to the Total War standard. The sounds definitely immersed me into the game. I really felt like a general in the field of battle when I played the game with the sound up and a headset on. The score is chaotic in battles and calm in the grand strategy portion. Voice acting is alright too, but that hardly matters when you're hearing thousands of battle cries while an army is charging down the hill. To be quite honest, this is truly a treat for your ears.
Spears!
Rome 2 Total War shows a lot of potential, but the AI glitches ruin almost all aspects of the game. After playing this for about a week, I was left feeling disappointed. It could have been so much, but it fails in the most important feature of a Total War game, AI. This game is hard to recommend even to the most die-hard fan of the series. I give this game a disappointing 5 out of 10. The reason I didn't score it lower is because the core concept is still there. I recommend that if you were to pick up this game, wait for some major patches that fix the problems mentioned. Now, if you excuse me, I think it's time I leave Rome and return to the land of the rising sun in Shogun 2.